Hey guys, okay, we're gonna jump right into it. People will continue to jump on when they can. We are recording, so we're good to go. Okay, so thanks everyone for coming on tonight and welcome back from the weekend. Hope you guys had a good weekend. So we have been doing tons of Zooms this month and we are gonna end it with tonight's special guest, which I'm really excited for because if you guys haven't heard Lauren talk, she's really like, I just get zoned in and I'm just like, it's like watching a movie. I'm just so into it. She's such a good speaker. And if you guys don't know who Lauren is, well, she's going to share her story, but you might know Lauren from her famous keto coffee hack that almost everybody knows and uses. And hold on, where are you, Lauren? Oh, here you are. Unmuted. Okay, perfect. So take it away, Lauren. Thanks so much for coming on tonight.
Hi! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so nervous. I'm so honored to be able to talk to you guys tonight and just share a little bit about me and this crazy, amazing business that we all know and love. And so I'm just going to do what she said and jump right in. My name is Lauren Berryman, and I am a presidential diamond from Nashville, Tennessee. And I have been doing this business for 8 years, you guys. Like, yeah, you did not hear that wrong. 8 years that I've been doing this, and it's been absolutely incredible. It's been an amazing journey. I started this as an esthetician, and I was doing facials and waxing, spray tans, like makeup, things like that, in a salon. And so I actually added the wrap in as an add-on treatment. It was amazing. We actually were on a 4-week back order of wraps at the time. It was like chaos. I promoted to diamond my first year. I earned a $10,000 bonus at the time. I quit my job. I started doing this full time. And I always say I was living my best boss babe life, you guys. I just loved these products. The greens changed my life. I have a hereditary heart condition called Brugada, and it's just sudden cardiac death syndrome. No big deal. So I have a pacemaker defibrillator. And so along with like everything else, arthritis, kidney stones, a kidney infection, I had my appendix removed. I have ovarian cysts. I mean, gosh, you guys, you name it, I got it. And I went through a period of 5 years, about 5 years, where I was so sick, tired, and toxic. I was in and out of the hospital every year. And I ended up having my defibrillator replaced that 5th year. And so I had gained like 30 odd something extra pounds. I was so sick. I had no energy. I was barely able to work because my migraines were so terrible. And I just was like down and out. I was pretty, needing something. And my mom had been doing this business, but I was just skeptical of trying it. When I finally did the greens for a week, they took away my migraines. My arthritis pain was eased. I lost 8 pounds and I had more energy than I had ever had. So I was like, okay, what the heck? So that's when I just, jumped right in, ended up going diamond in that first year, quitting my job, retiring myself from that career and doing this full time. And I've never looked back. I built a great team of some awesome girls. We went double diamond. And then I sat there for like, I don't know, it feels like 20 years. And I just never thought that I'm like, I don't know. I was just like, well, I guess this is my rank now. I'll just stay here and represent all the doubles. But I, kept doing this while I ended up getting pregnant and I got engaged. And so I thought, okay, like, oh my gosh, I've got like an instant family, like I'm going to have to like re-dream. And instead of a boss babe, I'm a boss mom. And now I'm going to be able to provide, this amazing life for my daughter. And my fiance had actually had a daughter. So I, was really excited to be a stay-at-home mom. And just, if you guys know, if any moms are on here, like you always like plan their life out. Like as soon as you find out that you're pregnant, you're like, oh my God, I'm going to do all the things. And it's going to be amazing. And so I was so excited to redream. And I actually went to my doctor appointment for my 37th week. We were just going to schedule my delivery and all my final appointments and everything. It was, a little baby girl, my first baby, and I was so excited. And when I went into the appointment that day, it's really crazy because we almost left there without hearing her heartbeat. We just did all of the appointments and scheduling everything, the delivery. And then my mom was like, wait, we didn't hear her heartbeat. Like, shouldn't we do that? And you guys, I was going to my regular OBGYN, a heart specialist, and a like maternal fetal like specialist as well. So I was going to, doctor's appointments left and right, like a couple of times a week. At around 37 weeks, I was going at least twice a week to have an ultrasound and hear her heart. So I was like, whatever, we'll be back. Well, my mom was like, no, we need to hear it. So when they went in, they actually could not find her heartbeat. And it is so crazy that my mom insisted on us doing that because she had just passed within 24 hours. So I had just had my It Works baby shower the day before. And then I got to the hospital that morning for my just regular routine checkup, and she was no longer with us. And I just want to tell you guys that if you're dealing with a valley, or if you're struggling, or if you're going through a tough time in your personal life, or even in just your business, you guys, it's hard. Like, we all go through valleys. We all have struggles. We all have life happen to us and hit us, and we have loss, and we have hurt, and we have pain, and we have struggle. But I like to share my story because that is, not the end. The valley isn't where you have to stay. And God is so good, you guys, that sometimes when life gives you lemons, God will make you lemonade. You don't even have to make that stuff for yourself. He will make it for you. And so I can relate. I didn't know what I wanted to do. Honestly, I remember thinking, God, what can you possibly have left for me on this earth that I would ever care more about than this daughter, than this baby girl that I never got to see her first breath? What can I possibly care more about? I don't care to get on Facebook and promote raps. I don't care to try to sign up moms. I can barely look at them. I was devastated, you guys. But he is so good, and he is so faithful, and he has a plan and a promise to you that, will prosper you and not harm you. I promise. And what looks like my darkest days are actually the things that have made me the strongest, made me the best, and have set me and prepared me for the path that I'm on now, for the leader that I am now, for the woman that I am now, for the friend, for the mom, for the sister, for, whatever. And so I want to share a little bit about what I did. So I went to green carpet. You guys, even after I lost her in September, I showed up in November to the women's conference. I showed up to conference in February. I showed up to green carpet the next year. And it was the next year's green carpet, last year, 2018, that I went. I heard some amazing stories from the Black Diamonds. And I actually went on my own little separate beach vacation after green carpet. And I remember sitting on the beach, just kind of meditating, talking to God, and just saying, what do you have left? Like, what do you want me to do? I don't know what else to do. I'm at my end. I just don't want to hurt anymore. And I remember that April, I had actually tried to end my life and did not even want to be here because the pain was too great. And it wasn't going to work out with her father. And I just felt alone. I felt the devil, he wants to lie to you. He wants to isolate you. He wants to make you feel alone. He wants you to feel defeated. He wants you to feel like no one else can possibly relate to you. Your story couldn't help anyone, and you can't ever make what's wrong right, you guys. But that is truly a lie. And so I am here to share my story because that night on the beach, I remember saying, God, what do you want me to do? What do you possibly have left for me? And I remember literally hearing him say, Lauren, how much longer are you going to continue to let the devil own your daughter's story? Because that is not what I meant for you to walk through this for. And that's not what I wanted her life to mean. And you guys, if you have kids, to have the devil, have any part of their story or anything, no. And so it was a gut check. And I remember that night literally getting up off of my butt and being like, I am going to be better. I'm going to try harder. I am going to work harder. I am going to commit myself to the Lord every single day. And I'm going to leave a legacy behind for his glory and in her honor, so that others will know hope, love, light, and joy, and that this isn't the end. And so I came home. I actually ended up going to a local meeting, which I did not attend at the time because, y'all, It Works was such a trigger for me since I had just had my It Works baby shower. And I thought, she was going to be my boss baby. You guys, this was going to be my, new life, And so now I was like, where do I fit in? I'm not a mom, but I'm not really, I am a mom, but I'm not. I'm just, where did I fit in, And I remember showing up to that meeting literally at my lowest of lows. But God saw that I took that step in faith. And that night I learned host to post. It was a completely different thing that we'd never done, because newsflash, you guys, host to post didn't just come out. Okay. We've been asking people to make posts on our pages since like 1995. No big deal. When Facebook wasn't even out yet. Just kidding. But we have been doing that for a long time, but this is a different way. And this way worked, and worked well. And I quickly took my paycheck from being ranked as from a Ruby. I was being promoted. I think I was being paid as a Ruby or an executive, you guys. Like, I was like down to the bottom. $252 paycheck in July. And I started this host to post on August 9th. At the end of August, I had regained my diamond rank back. I earned a $4,000 paycheck. At the end of September, I had regained my double diamond paycheck back, $6,000. At the end of October, I was placed and boxed for triple. And after conference and at the end of February, we double promoted from double diamond to presidential diamond and earned a $50,000 bonus, and have just literally like blown it away. I got named top 150 like in the summer. I mean, literally, you guys, like, I can't even explain to you. And so what I want to share with that is that it's not over. It's okay if you have to rebuild. It's okay if you lose ranks. It's okay if you're struggling, or if people quit, or if they go somewhere else, or if they just don't really work hard like you. It's okay. But God's not done with you or your story. He can still, restore back double from all the places that you lost, and pick up all the pieces where your heart was scattered. Literally, I think about if I would have given up on my life in April, not only would I have missed out on this amazing life that I've been able to live. I've been traveling everywhere. You guys, I went to Barcelona, green carpet. I met some of our Norway team that was so special. I've made the best connections with them. I went to Jordan. I mean, you guys, I've traveled all over America, went to all of the meetings, like literally met so many amazing women, only because I didn't give up in April, and I kept going, and I was willing to overcome the obstacles so that I could have the opportunity of a lifetime.
You are amazing. Oh my goodness. Seriously. I was like borderline crying there. I'm like, hold it in, hold it in.
No, me too.
Oh, you're amazing. So when are you going to come to Canada? Have you been to Canada yet?
No, I really want to. I have a small team there. I'm like really trying to like beef it up. And I'm like, you guys go diamond. You go diamond so I can come to Canada.
Yes, definitely. Or hopefully we'll have another bigger like corporate boot camp that more Americans can.
I'm not missing the next one. I have
for sure. So with your story is amazing. Like just like the strength that you have and your comeback is awesome, because there's so many people that have a comeback that they can easily do, but for whatever reason is holding them back. And it just shows that no matter like what you're going through, you can pull through, depending on, what your why is and how bad you need this, and just no matter what struggle you're going through. So sharing that is just amazing. I really appreciate that. So I know that you like literally slay that keto coffee hap, and I know a lot of our team used it and it worked. Like for myself especially, like I used it a lot and it worked amazing. Are you still using haps to this? Like how I know some people, especially I know for the Lifers page, it's like people aren't really sure like what to do with haps anymore. Sometimes it's working for them, sometimes it's not. Are you still using haps with you and your team?
Yes, I am. I'm that crazy person that never stopped doing coffee host to post. No big deal. I did try TFX for a while, and that worked really well. Like when that first came out, people were really excited about that. People who didn't drink coffee, or people who just wanted like a better result to boost their coffee. But I'm telling you, I just actually like 2 weekends ago started back my old original host to post for keto coffee, and like it's killing it. Like it's just killing it. And so what I've actually been doing though is I've been doing a different picture every single time, totally different wording almost every single time. But I am doing the coffee, and that is what I think. The way that I do it is I never send a script that's the exact same. I never make a post that's the exact same. And I have been doing that since I started this actually last August. And so I've never sent like just a copy and pasted message that was just like generic. Like I've always changed something. I've always taken something out, added something in. I've always made it personal to that person. And I've always changed it. And so I have never gotten flagged. I've never gotten blocked. I've never been in Facebook jail, like never had anything wrong. I mean, of course, knock on wood, like I know that there's like a witch hunt going on right now for like It Works distributors. But I think the key for me is just that I've always only ever just changed everything every single time. I have always just committed to spending that just couple extra seconds, you know, to change the wording, because I knew that whatever you do repetitively on Facebook, they're going to watch you, they're going to catch you, and eventually it's going to catch up with you and you're going to get flagged.
Yeah, I like that. I've been noticing for myself anyway that the host post that I've been using, I find that with my conversations, I really try to make sure that instead of me using like scripts, copy paste, it's like constantly always asking questions. Like I'll give some information that I would normally give, but then I ask a question. Oh, always anything's with them coming back at you, because the more that you have a conversation, like an actual conversation, the less you're like going to be pinpointed on, right? So if you guys are having trouble with host to post, definitely take her advice and like do not like try to stay away from the copy and paste. Another great thing is you guys, if you're scared of using voice note, you need to just get over it, because voice note is really great.
Yes.
It's really good, because do you know how many, I've never been, and knock on wood, like plenty of times, like I have not been in Facebook jail at all for my business in 3 years. But I use voice note like it's nobody's business. Like it's just, you know, better for me personally because I'm excited. But I feel like that also really helps keeping yourself out of the.
Definitely. Sending a quick voice clip lets them hear how excited you are. It doesn't like catch an algorithm or flag an algorithm, and it lets them know like that you're genuine, you know? Yeah. Oh my gosh, girl. You know, I know for myself, when I did this with our mocha flavor added, I lost 20 pounds in 6 weeks. Is there a goal that you have in mind that you're trying to reach, or are you just looking for some extra energy or mental focus? And just asking them about themselves, y'all, if you talk about people, if you ask them enough questions about them, eventually they're going to listen to you and ask some questions to you. So that's an amazing tip.
Totally, I agree. I like that. Actually, I had one other question about, if you guys have questions, by the way, put them in the chat and we can like go over them as quick as we can. I did have one other question about host to post for you. So I know you said that you tried the TFX, and does your team just stick to coffee as well? Or do you think it's more of like trial and error and kind of seeing like what your team's audience and viewers are like to like kind of go from there? Or do you try to get them to stick to something that personally works for them?
I do a little bit of both. Right. I let them kind of like feel it out, especially since we're doing so many giveaways. You know, people enter multiple times every single month or whatever. So, you know, a lot of times they've already posted about TFX or already posted about coffee. And so, yeah, like they will try to slide in like, you know, maybe a cleanse or, you know, something. We have a new cleanse that was kind of exciting for a while. So, I mean, yeah, like they will try to like put something new and see if that will work. If not, we just kind of like combine like TFX and coffee, and we say that we have like, we're starting a fall fitness challenge. You know, if anybody wants to join, they can, anybody who wants to lose anywhere from 10 to 30 pounds in about 90 days. Things like that are kind of like about the coffee and TFX, maybe more just together. And that's kind of gotten some hits. I encourage them to stick with what's working. So if they're getting results from coffee, like don't change it. If they're getting results from TFX, don't change it. But if they're not, then let's try something else. And then I even like tell people, if that post doesn't work well and you're noticing it's not, like offer for them to delete that and get extra entries into the drawing if they post a different one or something like that. Because, you know, we do like to, and if I do get a dead end host to post, like where nothing really happened, I just go to their friends list and I just add like, you know, 5 to 10, you know, friends of theirs. And that just kind of keeps my networking going. I haven't missed out on like an opportunity to network, but I haven't, you know, the host to post didn't just end right there.
For sure. Okay, so now I just want to put you on the spot quickly because I'm just curious. For this week, as you know, and as everyone else knows, is pretty exciting. We have the double fast starts come back. And I haven't seen these I was just thinking the other night, talking to a girlfriend, I'm like, I don't think we've had double fast starts in quite some time. So it's pretty exciting because that's a lot of money, you guys, that can be made. I mean, if you break it down, honestly, like for Canadians especially, I forget what we were saying. I was talking to Sarah the other night. It was like $1,300 that you can be collected off like
Wow.
5 or 6 distributors. Like it's not, but I know that it's harder for some people to assign distributors. So what exactly are you, telling your team, or what advice do you give them on signing distributors or how to go about it, especially being at the end of the month when I know that sometimes people like to believe that it's like, oh, it's end of the month, I'm going to hustle for those loyal customers. But what I've been trying this month to really get people to understand is like, distributors are just as much gold as loyal customers because it's basically 2 birds with 1 stone. Not only are you growing your team, you're getting new blood, they have a new network, they're going to bring in volume, but you're also going to be able to, boost your monthly income. So we've really been trying to focus on that this month. So do you have any, like, what do you tell your team for this month, this end of the month week coming up to get them, earning as much money as they can?
Yes. So basically, yes, the way to add to your bottom line the quickest is by, adding new team members, because you're exactly right. You're not only going to be adding to your team and building for the next promotion, but they're going to get customers. So I always, when I need my paycheck up, I always just start, trying to go after distributors. But the way that I have done that is through host to post, surprisingly, especially from before when my host to posts were booming and blowing up. I would go back to every single person who made a host to post for me. And even if they just had one person like their host to post or one person comment, especially if they had more and if they had customers sign up from that, or even if people were super interested and almost pulled the trigger, I go back to that person and I just say, Angela, oh my God, your post is doing awesome. You should totally join me and be doing this with me, and you could be making the commission check with me. What do you think about that? Like, have you ever thought about earning some extra income? And, or would you could you ever would you ever need some extra income or like cash this summer or for back to school? Just make it kind of personal. And I'm telling y'all, because your friend Susie just commented and I messaged her, she's like super interested, girl. If you join, I have 72 hours and I can move her to you and you'd be getting the commission check with me. And I always say with me because I want, first of all, 9 to 5 people understand commission. They understand that they would get a commission check and they're like, wait. And then I always say with me because I'm not going to miss out on anything. I'm also getting paid. And this is what's so amazing about network marketing and direct sales is that we grow and we are successful when our team grows and is successful. So that's what I love to show them really quickly and simply that, hey, if you did this, your friends could be ordering from you. And the way that I explain it, you guys, is when you're cold messaging, a lot of times if you're just like, hey, Angela, oh my God, you're so amazing. And I love your photos. You're fabulous. I think you're so gorgeous and beautiful. And you'd be perfect for what I do. I'd love for you to join my team and you can earn unlimited bonuses. And right now they're actually double bonuses. So for $99, if you could just join me, blah, 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 blah. And then the next thing you know, they're like, wait, what is going on? $99? What is she talking about? Customers? I don't know what she's even saying. I'm beautiful? What? They're just confused, and a confused mind says no. So for me, I noticed that if I reached out to them and just said, hey girl, quick question for you, or hey, can I, Angela, would you mind if I ask you a question really quick? 9 times out of 10, they're so nosy. Curiosity kills the cat. They're like, oh my gosh, yes, what's up, girl? Lauren, what's going on? What's the question? What's the tea? Is it about this guy you're dating? I saw him on your story. What's happening? I'm like, wait, what? No. And it's just they immediately want to respond and they want to engage. So I then just say, well, hey, I was wondering if you wouldn't mind making this post. So when they make the post, Angela's friends see this, they start commenting, they're interested. Fat burning coffee? What? I love coffee. It's, burning fat? Yes. I need to lose 10 pounds. And they start commenting. It's instead of just going to the movie by yourself and seeing The Lion King and coming back to your friends and being like, oh my gosh, it was amazing because Pumbaa is real and he's really funny. And there's this one part where it's like, ha ha. And then the little beetles rolling the ball and it's crazy. Your friends are like, Okay, Angela, what? No, we did not see it yet. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. But if you guys all go and see it together, when you leave, you're like, no, they win, yeah. Remember that one part? That was my favorite thing. Oh my gosh, I love it. And it's like they understand all of a sudden they saw the movie with you. When they make the post, they see their friends commenting, even if it's just one friend, 2, 7. I had a girl that had 100 freaking people comment on her post, y'all. Craziness. You think she wasn't seeing dollar signs? Are you kidding? And so it's like they saw the movie with me. When I make them, have them make the post, they kind of get it. They're like, all right, wait a minute. I could be making commission. Hold up now. Tell me a little bit more about this. And at least I've got my foot in the door to explain a little bit further about what's involved. Basically, we're brand ambassadors. We're just sharing on social media, especially if you look at their social media, you guys find something that they've shared, because I guarantee you they have shared something that never made them a dime. They have shared something that they could have been making commission off of, or being a brand ambassador or an influencer, and they didn't even realize it. So I dare you to go to their page and find one thing and say, girl, look, you just, shared this boutique's, giveaway the other day, and they didn't give you anything. But guess what? If you share our products, we actually give you a discount, commissions, bonuses. You can make, anywhere from $200 to $2,000 a month. Doesn't this sound like something that, you could easily add into like 30 minutes to 3 hours a day, 3 hours to 5 a day? Like, what do you think about this? If you break it down in that way, it just literally changes, like their minds like blow up in front of you.
Oh, I'm not. Oh, I thought I was muted this whole time.
Okay.
It's so true though, because there are like people, and sometimes people, like if you're depending, I know that some people tag in their posts and some people don't, but if they do not realize that that's how many people are commenting, and they don't realize that they can make money by like that. Well, usually people clue in, right? They're like, oh man, like this girl's getting a lot of business up from me. But sometimes they don't. And sometimes you're like I had a girl the other day, it was like 23 comments, like within the first 23 minutes that she had it up. Like, this, Sarah, like this is how many people are commenting. Like this many people want in on your, and she's like, I don't know, but I still was able to talk to her. But just because she didn't sign up then doesn't mean she's not going to be interested. Right. So right. I'm sure you guys definitely, that is a great tip, is going back to those people. Do you have a way of keeping tabs on all the people that like in your past who have posted for you? Because not gonna lie, and it's almost embarrassing, but I just only started making like the collection so that I can go back. But I used to just kind of go on to my like time review thing where it shows you who tagged you type deal, but eventually those go away. So do you have a way that you keep yours kind of, so like you can look back on them, or do you write their names down? Like, how are you organized?
I was in the very beginning. I had a notebook, but oh my gosh, you guys, like I was getting like 200 to 500 post to post up like a month. And so it was just out of control radicalness for me to write down, because I'm so not green. But I started doing the, having them tag me. So I have all my timeline reviews up. I haven't had, of course, gosh, I could go back a year now, from now, but I just go back as far as I can, like almost every day, and just kind of try to click on who commented on those host to posts, and see how best I can follow up with them. I have my chat color coded, so that way I know instantly as soon as I click on someone's name, and I go to their messenger, what they are to me. If they're, yellow, they hosted a post for me. If they're green, they're a distributor. If they're pink, they're a loyal customer. If they're purple, I sent them a sample. If they're red, that means I need to follow up with them immediately. And so I just kind of have my chat color coded so that quickly and easily, as I'm clicking through my old host to post on who commented, I know exactly what they are, how best I can follow up. And then I do have the collections as well. So I've got every month host to post in a collection that I go back to, and I try to keep up with those. But honestly, I just go through my timeline review, and then I go to my messenger and I scroll back like as far as I possibly can every single day, and click on those people and just message those people.
How do you color code? What do you mean by color code your messages? Like, as in like the, how you can change like when you open a message, it's like the background sticker?
Yes, it's so beautiful.
That's a good
They even
idea.
have like rainbows now, like rainbow color. It's kind of a new thing. Like if you click honestly, I can't even remember what button it is now, but it's either like their name at the top or that little plus symbol. I think it's the name at the very top. Then you can like actually change the color of the chat. And sometimes it's funny. Like actually, I won't even be like following up with people. I'll just be going through and like after a crazy day of messaging, I'll be going through and like color coding their chats according to like what they are, and they think it's like so cool. They'll like start messaging me and be like, oh my god, this is amazing, wait, tell me what this stuff is again, like what about this or that or whatever. And it's kind of like a funny way to like get people to respond, because they change the chat color and then I change it back, and they're just like,
well,
what
it's kind of like a secret follow-up almost. Like it's kind of like,
exactly.
me again.
Yeah, it's kind of like sending a GIF on accident.
Totally.
They'll always send like a really funny like unicorn like fart GIF. And I'll be like, oh my gosh, how embarrassing. I totally didn't mean to send that.
So funny. So can you see when you open I've never done the color, but I do know what you're talking about. When you open up your messenger on your phone, do you see colors, or do you have like once you go into the conversation,
right,
you see color?
Once you go into the chat,
okay,
then you have to change their color. So I do hope that eventually they will have like messenger lists to where you could have like a list of all the conversations of potential distributors, a list of all the conversations of potential customers. That would be awesome. But of course they don't have that yet. So I'm just doing the color coding. And again, you can always keep a notebook of their name. If they're a potential distributor, have one list of all the potential distributors' names, because if you just go to their name in Messenger and search, like if you go to your search bar and just type their name in, their chat will come up, even if it's hidden. Even if their chat is hidden, their name will come up and you can click their name. And so I hide all chats from once they become a customer and I get them over to my text messages, I hide that chat because I change it to color to pink. I hide the chat because I want to keep my feed for potentials and people that I need to follow up with ASAP first, and not a bunch of just distributors or people that are already loyal customers, unless because I follow up all my customers through Connect, so that's a lot easier for me.
Well, so you definitely are a little bit green, because I'm like, oh, I better up my game here.
Well, I wasn't, but you guys, I'm telling you right now, it was like all hands on deck when I first started this. I got 88 customers last August, so it was like if I didn't figure out something, I was going to lose, a lot of people. And even now I go back and there are some that I never followed up with from that first 3 weeks of absolute madness.
Totally.
So, yeah.
I see someone asked, how do you change up the hat in a creative way so that you're not using like the same hat every time?
Gosh, there's so many ways, you guys. I have one that's like killing it for me, and I'll share it with you guys if you don't copy and paste. But it's like, hottie alert, check out my girl Lauren. She's looking like a snack, dropped 20 pounds with fat burning mocha. Drop an emoji below if you want to try her recipe, or if you want to get her recipe.
Do you share, like in your, actually, I don't know if I know this already. I might have asked this before, or this might have been answered before, but do you share your like host to post with a photo, or do you just do like words, or do you just change it?
If it's like the hottie alert one, I will share my before and after. If it's one like, hey, my girl Lauren has this amazing fat burning mocha and she's lost 20 pounds in 6 weeks, drop an emoji below if you want her recipe and are looking to lose some weight before the fall or whatever. So if it's like that, I just put like a super boss babe, like very crisp, clear, quality picture from Pinterest. I don't do keto coffee. I don't do like anything with our keto anything on there, because I want it to be very generic, very like bright, crisp, clear, something that would stop someone scroll because they're like, wow, that's really pretty, or what's that, or what is
So it doesn't have to be about coffee. It's just a picture that literally will get attention.
Yeah, like especially if it's like one of those Pinterest boss babe looking pictures, and they're holding coffee and it's like really nothing to do with coffee, but it kind of like has it in there. There are a lot for fall, so it's really easy to find them in fall. But just anything, just if it's about fitness, if it's a fall fit challenge, like a picture of a girl in workout gear, like, jogging or just stretching, or even holding coffee. Like, you guys, I found some of the craziest pictures. I did pool party pictures, like Boss Babe pool party pictures this summer. It's just things that really are like pop worthy that would maybe stop someone in their scroll, not always a before and after. And if I do share a before and after, it's always of me. In the comments, you know, below, I'll say like, girl, I'm like, thanks for sharing this. I'm so excited because I've lost 20 pounds in 6 weeks. Or a lot of times I've noticed people like to know, I lost 5 pounds last week from doing this. You know, like with just celery. It's like, they want to know like, what's it doing right now? Like, I don't care if you lost 20 pounds, you know, 6 years ago. I want to know what it's doing for you right now. And so sometimes I'll even say like, I've had more energy than I've ever had, or actually it's gotten me off of all of my anxiety medication. Where's my, you know, stressed out mamas? Like, drop an emoji below and I got you. And things like that, they like love and are more attracted to. I've noticed in the past couple of weeks, they like, if I've lost 5 pounds in a week, they like love it instead of 20 pounds in 6 weeks.
Yeah, for sure. Well, people are like so much more about the quick fix type deal, and they want to like, and it's true. Like people, sometimes I've seen people comment on before and afters that are like, well, like, oh, it took a year. It's like, well, no one wants. They're not thinking of signing up for a year. They just want to know like what they can get, like a quicker fix. So that's a really good a good tip. And I think I saw one other question of so I think you already did mention this, that you do get them to tag you. Do you ever not get them to tag you?
I did that for a while and it just didn't really like make a difference for me. So the reason why I think that works for some and others is like to do with either your algorithm or the person that's posting for you. Of course, if the person that's posting for you has a horrible algorithm, it doesn't matter if they tag you or not. Honestly, sometimes I think if they do have a horrible algorithm, it's worse for them to tag you because you're, you know, then now tagged in a horrible algorithm profile that's been sharing like, you know, popular videos over and over and over for 5 years. Those are just algorithms that are terrible. So yeah, I mean, you definitely, it matters who's sharing your post. Now, I let anybody make a post for me no matter what, just because I want it out there. And again, like I told y'all, I just go to their friends list and add their friends anyway. No big deal. And I'm like, thanks, girl, bye. But I do think that kind of, you know, if something is working, like don't change it. And if you think like, hey, this isn't really like working, maybe if I can try to have them not tag me and just put my name in the comments. You have to specifically tell them that. And don't tag me in the post, just put my name in the comments and you'll be entered. You know, if you're doing a giveaway or whatever, give them instructions, and only those that follow the instructions get entered into my giveaway. And they learn, like they have to do it the right way.
Yeah, definitely. I'm kind of stickler. I'm like, I'll go and check their post over. And if it's not the way I asked, I'm like, sorry, girl, until it's correct.
I'm like, can you add the picture, please? Because, and now sometimes like for some people, it doesn't really matter. They can put a bright color background and people still comment. So, I mean, again, you just kind of have to check out their page and their profile and know what to expect. You know, if you see a bunch of popular videos, they're not going to have that great of response, but you know, they may, you never know.
For sure. So ending this Zoom, all your info has been so great. And I didn't want to bombard you with host posts, but I know that you are a good host poster. So what could you maybe give us some insight on what your plans are for the month end, on how you're going to plan your double fast starts, or what you and your team are going to focus on, and just kind of give this team some, you know, a little bit of red in you and motivate them?
Oh gosh, you want me to unleash the red? It's not good. My team gets scared.
Okay, well, if you ask anyone about me, they'll probably tell you I'm Hitler. So I think.
Thanks. They're like, what about this? I'm like, no, don't put it. Okay, so you guys have to know we do it out of love because, you know, especially me, I've been doing this for 8 years. You guys, like, I don't tell anybody to do anything because I think it would be fun for them to listen to me, or like I'm amazing, or like know it all. I just have literally like tried almost every way possible to promote these products, and Host to Post has just been the most amazing thing for me. And then just sharing through social media in general has been just the most amazing thing. So my focus, honestly, right now, Instagram, which Facebook and Instagram are owned by the same people. So Facebook and Instagram are putting a lot of money into stories, into lives, into IGTV. If you do not have one, you're totally missing out. I will go live on Facebook. I will keep it under 10 minutes specifically and purposely, because if I will keep it under 10 minutes, I can save that video and then actually go to my IGTV and upload it to my IGTV. And then I have, 2 social media platforms in one video knocked out. I update my story like I'm a blogger that everybody wants to follow and know what is going on with me, even if no one does, because trust me, it's like my mom and like my one team member, come on, nobody really cares what I'm eating for dinner, but I pretend like that they do. And I don't know, I know it sounds so crazy and silly, especially because I did not grow up on social media. I actually did not start building my business through social media. We built belly to belly. And so it's a foreign concept to me too, you guys, but I've been doing it for the past 2 months. I tag everywhere I go, every place I visit, every food I eat, I put on my story. I walk around and pretend like, hey guys, okay, I just got this Brady scrunchie. Oh my God, I love it so much. And everybody's been asking me where I get all my scrunchies from. Okay, so this one's from this boutique, blah, blah, blah. I tag the boutique. I've been doing polls about, earning extra income, telling more or how. I'm getting paid double. This week, I'm getting paid double to do what I already do every single day. Ask me how. Ask me how you can get paid double to do what you're already doing from being on social media. And I'm putting up polls that are both positive answers. Like, okay, what are you talking about? And I want to get paid double. You can actually put up polls. You can put up people can answer your questions. They can comment something. I always tell them to comment opportunity or swipe up with opportunity. You can actually put in your Instagram stories now, you can put a little chat link where you can literally say if, I'm getting paid double this week to do what I already do. Join this chat if you're ready to earn double for what you're already doing on social media, or if you're ready to double your income, or if you're looking for something extra this, back to school season. And then they can actually just go ahead and be put into a chat with you. Or you guys, honestly, going live, sharing your recipe, going live, sharing your story of not only where you've been, where you came from, what this business is doing for you right now, even if it's just you bought an extra mascara, you guys, that's awesome to some people. And all they really want most of the time when they join is just an extra couple of $100 to pay for their hair or help pay a couple of bills, right? So I just rock out my stories. I go live almost every morning with my mocha recipe. I've been sharing my celery. Any drink mix we have, you guys, I'm going live about it, or I'm sharing it on my story like a psycho. And I'm putting up polls, yes, I want this, or what is it? Tell me more, or how can I get it? You're amazing, or you're crazy. It's just anything that you can get them to vote on, and then share their responses, and then message them hey girl, oh my gosh, thanks for messaging me about my scrunchie. I'm so lucky to have a business that pays for all of my hair products. I got this scrunchie in my FabFitFun box or whatever. Thanks to my business. So do you get FabFitFun? Or just talk to them about other stuff, because again, if you ask them enough questions about them, their life, their kids, their job, anything, they're eventually going to be wait, what do you do? What are you, how are you affording FabFitFun? I give out a FabFitFun, and so people just eventually they're going to want to know about how you're doing all of this, even if it is small wins, and then share, where you hope to go, where you hope this business will take you, the bonuses you hope to earn, the income you hope to earn, the vacations you hope to go on. Because people not only want to know what this is doing for you right now, you bought a mascara, but maybe eventually you want to, buy $500 worth of makeup one day in Sephora or Ulta or whatever. Or you hope to pay your mortgage, or you hope to take your kids on the dream vacation that they've always wanted to go on. And I promise you guys, sharing that has just attracted more distributors and customers, but distributors and team members because I'm getting real and raw about who I am and why I'm doing this and where I'm going to go. And they're like, okay, what the heck? Like, I need to be doing this. Like, that's what I could be doing, or that's what I could have, or, you know, and they just want to be a part of something bigger than themselves. And so when you share their story, they're going to feel connected to you, and they're going to want to be a part of what you're doing. And so that's really kind of my focus with these double fast starts, is just getting as many team members as I can by sharing other success stories. We've got tons of those, you guys. But I know it's kind of scary to get on there and go live or to share like a video on your story. But y'all, that's what people love seeing right now. And if you have to start out just filming your coffee mug or your celery or whatever, like start with that first. It doesn't have to be of your face if you're like terrified to show your face or something, but just try to start doing a live video or IGTV or a story with your actual face in a video, because people want to see you, not just a bunch of like pictures of other people, and they don't ever get to know you or feel connected to you or your story. And that's what's going to bring them into your team for sure, especially right now.
I love that. That's awesome. Actually, I need to really up my IGTV. I just wrote that down in bold letters. That's one thing I slack on because I forget about it. It's still kind of new to
I
me.
know. I'm still trying to discipline myself too, but I've noticed that at least if I can remember to keep my lives short, then that helps to kind of.
Then you can save. I think I tried to get a long one on there, and I was like, oh, why did I do this? Just keep it at 10 minutes. That was awesome. Seriously, I actually took quite a few notes, and I think one of my favorite things about this whole Zoom tonight was how you're like, I just literally act as if I am someone who, you know, millions of people follow and that they want to see this every day, because eventually it's true. People will start to follow because the more interactions you have on those stories, people don't realize how important stories are. Like I don't even need alarms because I'm obsessed with them myself, because I'm someone who enjoys reality TV. So when I watch other people's story, it's like my morning news. Like I'm stoked to get on there and look at other people's stories.
Exactly.
You know, it's like, and the more that you do those things, like I know, I wish that in Canada we don't have the option to put music on it yet, but you guys, I know the Americans do, but just putting all of those things, like you said, tagging the food you're eating, tagging anything. You can even like tag your own name in your stories. Hashtag whatever you're eating, whatever you're talking about. This goes a long way, and people do not realize this. So the more you guys are using your stories, the more people are going to come to you, and that's so true. It's just pretending to be, you know, the blogger that has 1 million followers, because those people will come.
Exactly, because I didn't at all. But since I started doing that, I like double and tripled the people who are viewing my stories, the people who are viewing my profile. I get way more responses and messages and comments and everything. And so just pretend, you guys, like, you know, we're not really faking it, we're faithing it. You know, we're stepping out in faith because God sees that when you put in the work. And, you know, like I said, he will make lemonade, you know, for you. You don't even have to make it for yourself, but you've got to put in the work and take that, you know, first couple of steps in faith.
Good thing, because I like lemonade.
Me too. My ketones.
One last question before I let you go. I just thought, do you work on Instagram or just mostly Facebook?
I mostly do Facebook. You know, I'm here's the weird thing. I'm really good about posting on Facebook all the time, going live on there. I'm good about adding people, connecting, like getting into stories, wishing happy birthdays. But I'm really like bad about keeping my story up to date. But on Instagram, I keep my story up to date all the time. I don't really post that much on there very often, or add that many people, but I will like other people's stories and comment and like engage. I'll watch their story, I'll react, or I'll comment on their posts. So I'm mainly Facebook, but I have a little bit of more of a presence on Instagram just because I keep my story going like it's my job, which it is. So,
it's more fun on there, I find. That's why I
know.
Facebook. My Facebook one bores me. I'm like, Instagram, for some reason, I just really love it. Like, I'm addicted. It's weird.
Yes. And like a lot of the younger crowd and a younger generation are on Instagram and not really Facebook. So, you know, it is a lot easier on there to just kind of mass, like, you know, message people and follow and talk and share and everything. So yeah, I stick with what's working on my Facebook, but I do keep my Instagram. And one thing you can do, guys, is you can connect your Instagram story to your Facebook story. So I would try to do that if you can, because that will kind of knock out another, extra step that you don't have to take.
For sure, especially if you're like struggling to get those tasks done
Yes.
on both of your platforms. Before you go, do you mind putting your, someone asked for your Instagram handle, so I'm guessing, is that your name? I don't even know.
Yes, actually,
in the chat.
It's just Berry Boss Babe. Here, hold on.
Oh, that's a
good one. Yeah, it's pretty easy, but it's just Berry Boss Babe.
Oh, that's cute. I like that. Okay, yeah. So Berry Boss Babe, and this is recorded, you guys. So I will put it into the team pages. I will send a copy to Lauren in case she needs it for whatever reason for any of her team. So thank you so much. Honestly, I was stoked for this tonight because I do enjoy listening to you, and I really want to say thanks for sharing your story, because I know it's a story that is pretty deep, and it's amazing that you are just so strong. Seriously,
God is so good, you guys. Seriously, and He can turn anything around. So just, be thankful, be grateful. Y'all, all I did was just claimed everything before it came to fruition, and I was super happy about it. So if you can do that, you're good.
Thank you so much, and have a great night.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye.